Hello, everyone, and welcome to our big discussion of all the feng shui for the eclipse that's coming up on Tuesday. This is the Scorpio partial solar eclipse. And even though it's a partial eclipse, it is an intense, amazing, phenomenal energy that can move you to make big life upgrades. I'm a big fan of upgrades, updates, changes. That's what we do in feng shui. When you start changing the energy and all of the objects, the things you see and feel around you, the more you can change your life with ease. And so we're going to talk about ways to really take advantage of this powerful Scorpio solar eclipse, which is also, in addition to making upgrades, this big abundance activation. Now, with anything, there's no real thing in the sky, I believe, that there's no real configuration of the stars or planets or points or anything else that's going to just hand you money. But there's this potential to be more resourceful, be more in flow, a big word we're going to talk about today, be so much more open and receptive, have yourself tuned to all of the industriousness, all of the things, because we both earn money and we also receive it in all sorts of ways. And so capitalizing on all of these potentials in really exciting ways. And speaking of capitalizing on money potential, the Cash Camp is here. And if you have not seen the brand new free Cash Camp video series, full of, I think it's an hour and a half of roughly an hour and a half of feng shui rituals to walk you through in way bigger form than I can do on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else. Major steps, major projects that you can do to start realigning your home and your energy and your mind and your intention and all of the things in your life to bring more money into your world, to bring more money into your bank account, to bring more money into your business, to flourish more, to live with more abundance. And you can find those below for a few more days this year because the Cash Camp is now open, the 8-week immersion in Money Feng Shui. And it's going into its 8th year. So it's gotten a big upgrade this year. And I'm so excited about it because we've had 7 years of super success, a testament to the amazing people who are in the camp. And now we are launching into this expanded time of abundance. So below you can find the videos and that will get you started. And I hope you have an amazing time. And please let me know what happens, what successes happen, what manifests for you. There's even in the final video, you will make a big money magnet, the money jar, which is something that I've created over the years that has been so beneficial to so many people. I just made a new one myself. So I'm feeling ready for this eclipse. And this is all great to do before the eclipse. So if you want the best feng shui you could possibly do before the eclipse, the perfect time, grab those in the link below and dive in. Now, we're going to talk about this sense of major upgrades, the flow, and all of the things happening surrounding this eclipse. Eclipse energy is with us for a 6-month cycle. So unlike the average new moon that's with us for a month, eclipses stretch out 6 months. So this is like the inception. It's the beginning, the initiation of this whole unfolding of energy. So if you want to make big upgrades, level up in some way, have more flow of money or love or whatever it is that you're looking for, now is a great time to settle in, set your intention, and get the flow going. This is a super fresh start. Every new moon is a fresh start, but Tuesday's fresh start, even if you're watching this after Tuesday, is going to still pertain in terms of all of this momentum and flow and how you can capitalize on it. No matter what's going on in the world, there's always the ability to take steps and make changes. Right now, there's even something, well, there are 2 things that are really special happening. One is that Saturn, the planet that has everything to do with structure, is now going direct. So there's more structuring to things that you're doing, more organizing to things that you're doing. And it's also has a lot to do with keeping on, being on your tasks. So setting a plan and following through with it. And in addition to that, there's something very special we've never experienced in our lifetime, which is the movement of the Venus star point into Libra. I've been hearing about this and reading about this for quite some time, but then I saw a deep dive into it because I didn't realize that it was moving for the first time ever into the sign of Libra in our lifetimes. And you can think of this when Venus is with the sun in Libra, it is happening literally right now. It is an activation of all things to do with synergy, love, beauty, abundance. It's all the Venus themes, all these beautiful Venus themes, all amplified in the heavens and shining down upon us. So how would you like to capitalize on more inspiration? If you have art projects to start, if you have art projects to finish, if you have things to edit, if you have things that you've always wanted to learn, if you want to beautify your home or do a makeover for yourself, Venus is all about that makeover energy, super magnetic, super charmed. If you want to just sort of sprinkle glitter over your life, now is a beautiful time to do that. So think about this as we get into the Scorpio, all the Scorpio stuff to do with this partial solar eclipse. Now, there's tons of Jupiter energy in this Scorpio solar eclipse, and Jupiter expands everything. It makes everything bigger. And in this case, it makes abundance bigger. And so ask yourself, where and how would I like to expand my wealth? Where and how would I like to expand my financial freedom? What does that even mean? I recently asked this question to a few people and I said, what would it take for you to feel like you had financial freedom? And they were like, I don't know. Because it's a term that sometimes we put out into the distance. And if you put it out into the distance or thought, oh, that's just not for me, or that's when I retire, or whatever it might be, why? And what does that look like? How many dollars is financial freedom for you? What do you do when you have this financial freedom? What do you feel like when you have this financial freedom? What do you change in your life and your priorities with this financial freedom? This is a huge question to ask yourself that can help you to start on the path to creating this financial freedom now, not out in the distance, not out in yesterday or not out in tomorrow, and not thinking back to yesterday and what came before and how it's difficult or hard. No, it can actually be a flow. And this is where this eclipse comes in and says you can put a flow behind anything that you want. First, you need to know what you're aiming for. So, what is that next level of abundance for you? What is something like financial freedom? What is being wealthy or being rich? Or what does that look like to you? And it's personal for everyone. Not everyone wants $1 billion. Not everyone needs to be the CEO of a major company. Not everyone wants to be a mogul. And that is totally fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of that. You need to know what it is that you want. And so get clear on that for this new moon. Let that be your intention setting. What is that for me? And how, like, can I imagine what my life expands, how my life expands when I have this? And so now, let's dive in to what you can do in your home, starting with the fact that Scorpio is a water sign. And as a water sign, it's a water sign, but it's so intense that sometimes it feels like a fire sign. It's very bold. It's very big. Water and fire in Feng Shui are very change-making elements. And so when you have strong water energy, you have strong transformational energy. And you can use water and with reverence, use water to really make changes in your space. So you can do something as simple as when you take a shower in the morning, you can be conscious of how much water you're using. And you can imagine that that water is not just cleansing you, but it is like physically cleansing you, but it's recharging you with that flow of energy. If you want to make your shower even more special, try practices before and after you shower to make your shower a little more sacred. Every time you do this, tune up, make an upgrade to something you do every day, things become more magical feeling. And it's simple. So, two things that I started doing before I take a shower, one big one, I should say, is dry brushing, which is not a new concept. You take a dry, special little brush that costs a few dollars and you brush your body. You can look this up. There are tons of videos on YouTube of how to do dry brushing. And you do that before you get into the shower, and it starts the flow of energy in your body. It has a lot to do with your lymphatic system that cleanses your body. And it really starts this flow of energy before you even hop in the shower. It is so simple, takes just a minute or two, and yet it can be that moment where you say, I'm upgrading this. I'm upgrading my shower. I'm upgrading this thing that I do every day. You can even make simple upgrades in the idea of drinking more water. Like, I'm making an upgrade. I'm going to have my water with me. I have this giant water with me everywhere I go. Like, it's always with me. You might have a special water bottle. They're really cool ones that mark how much you've had to drink. And you can fill it up for the day and drink from it all day and track your water like a game. You don't have to drink oodles of water, but drink enough water that you feel truly hydrated. And all of this goes to that flow, that flow, that flow. At home, cleanse things with water. So wash your laundry, wash the dishes, wash down everything, wash down even the walls. If you have in the kitchen, maybe you haven't washed the walls in a while, they can get like very filmy and yucky, and you can wash them really simply. I've seen a lot of people using that. I use a spray that it's a natural spray that has a degreaser type agent in it. But I've also used, and I've seen lots of people using dish soap and water with a sponge and just wiping down all the walls until they're super, super clean. And this is phenomenal for cleansing space, refreshing everything. You want to think about, when we talk about out with the old, in with the new, cleaning is one of the most practical ways to infuse your home with all of this new energy. In addition to that, you can think about ways that you can get the flow going more in your home. So look at rooms where things are too crammed in, and maybe you get rid of some furniture. Look at your desk. Is it too covered in stuff? Maybe you clean it off so you have more flow. Think about the flows in your life. Let's talk about this now. Activating flow. So the big flow that we're talking about for now, the next 6 months, is amplifying your cash flow. How can you do that? How can you amplify your cash flow even more? It can be something as simple as sitting down and balancing your checkbook, or even if you don't have a checkbook, your bank account every week, and seeing what you have, what you're making, so you have a sense of what you're working with. Something easy. Amplifying your cash flow might be feng shuiing your wallet. If you haven't seen that video, you can type it, go to my channel, like the main page, type in how to feng shui your wallet, and amplify your cash flow. These are all simple things that you can do to get the energy moving. And it makes such a big difference. Now, the flow of love in your life. How do you bring more of that flow of love, that Venus energy into your space? You can literally do a gratitude practice. So simple. We know a lot of things, but we don't always do all the things that we know. So a gratitude practice can be something you know, but you don't do. And when you start doing it, it brings this flow to your life. Another form of flow is energy flow, how you feel. Feeling like you're in the flow of life more. And one of the easiest things you can do to get into the flow of life more is to slowly but surely, if you're not good at doing this, get yourself a planner, like a simple planner, something that you like to use. Maybe it's digital. I like to use an actual book. And start planning out your week, start planning out where you want to spend your time. And this energy flow will be with you in a big way. And finally, creative flow, because that's how you manifest things with your creativity. And this whole feng shui method is dedicated to creativity. And the whole cash camp has everything to do with creating more money. And everything we do in this work is about you shining brightly. And so do things that make you feel creatively awake and alive, and do them a little bit more frequently. Like just keep going, keep going, keep going, and build that momentum. Now, one of the big things that Molly McCord pointed out for this eclipse is that this is a time that has to do with investment. Investment is a big word, and it's not just investing in the stock market or investing in cryptocurrency or whatever. It's investment. Where are you spending your time and your energy? These are the investments that are invaluable because you can't get your time back. You can't get your time back once you've spent it. You can always make more money, but you can't get your time back, right? So you want to be really deliberate about how you are spending your energy and really pay attention to that. Notice. I sometimes have people track this throughout the day, but just notice, where am I spending a lot of my energy and how is it making me feel? And if you find that you're spending your energy doing things that make you feel drained, now you know what you can back off on doing. If you find that you're spending your energy in ways that are really random, like you're doing all these random chores and none of the big things you need to do are getting done, now you know that it's time to reprioritize. If you're spending your energy in ways that make you feel like, you know, you're being a good person and giving to everyone else, but you're getting drained in the process because you're not taking care of yourself, again, reprioritize. This is a great time to look at where you are spending your energy. And then the second part of it is invest in you. How can you make an investment in yourself? Ask yourself that question. How can I invest in myself? Am I going to invest in things for my well-being? I just got 2 new medical medium books yesterday. It just came out of the Brain Saver books. And I was like, okay, I'm about to invest my time and energy into making all of these new smoothies and all of these new things to make my energy field even stronger. And so I'm literally going to the grocery store after this and the farmer's market to buy a bunch of stuff to start making these smoothies. And that sounds silly, but to me, it's an investment that feels really empowering. What can you invest in? It doesn't have to be huge. Like I'm making smoothies. That's not the biggest deal in the world. What can you invest in for yourself? It can even be giving yourself an extra hour every day where like you are not to be disturbed, or giving yourself extra time to sleep where you shut down everything, your phone, your computer, and you're just like, I need quiet. I'm investing in myself. Maybe it's starting to study things, starting to learn new things. All of these investments are so incredibly powerful. And when you make these investments, you strengthen your magnetism because you're telling the universe, I am worth it. And you don't have to make investments that are huge again. But this is all ways that you become more magnetic, more attractive to the things that you want, more creative, more inspired, all of it. You feel good and you know you're worthy of all the things. So that's very, very big. And again, this is a really intense eclipse. There's lots of energy in the air, but it's intense in a good way. So with everything that you're doing, think about the flow, get clear on what it is that you want, and decide what you would like to upgrade. While big upgrades and money are really favored right now, which is exciting, you might want to upgrade your communication. You might want to upgrade your living room. You might want to upgrade your kitchen. You might want to upgrade the organization. I want to upgrade my freezer because my freezer is disorganized and I need to get new. I don't have any ice cube trays. Like it's a silly thing, but I go in my freezer all the time and I'm like, why is it like this? So these small things make a difference. What you are seeing around you is having an influence on you all day long. And as you start deliberately creating the energy around you, you will become even more unstoppable, even more focused, even more effective. So I hope that this new moon Scorpio partial solar eclipse is an initiation for you into a whole new cycle of inspiration and energy and flow. And if you have things come up or questions you have, always leave them below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. And even if you don't subscribe, if you like this video, it really helps to get the work out farther and wider. And I'm going to be doing more and more on YouTube. YouTube sent me a thing that I could do memberships, and I really would rather just do open public videos for everyone, but I'd love for them to be seen even more. And YouTube's always changing its things. So I'm so grateful if you like things because then they get shared. And I never really realized, I was like, why do I need to like something? And it just helps their people's channels. So I now like everything I watch that I like. So also, please always reach out to me if you want to see videos. People have asked for certain videos and we're making them now. And there's so much ahead. And again, if you want to start those videos, this is the feng shui for this time, for abundance, for expansion. The free feng shui video series for the cash camp is below, and you will learn so much. There's even resources. It's wild. It's like a mini class that's totally free. I don't care if you join the cash camp. I love when people do. Then they love it so much and have success that they join in, but it's so not required. I just want you guys to experience the fullness of the possibilities that happen when you connect to your space. So you can grab those below. Thank you, Nessa, so much. It's nice to see you. And thank you so much to Dolce Vita. I'm super, super grateful. And this is the time. Let's light it up. Let's make amazing things happen. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful eclipse. It's start of eclipse season. Mwah. Bye, everyone.